Scotland's only Labour MP says his party can't rely on its so-called big political beasts like Gordon Brown any longer. Shadow Scottish Secretary Ian Murray says it must embrace a new generation of activists to win back voters. Our political reporter Andrew Black has more.
This morning they came to Cluny Church in Morningside in Edinburgh to bid farewell to a remarkable man.
It's 21 years since the funeral of former Labour leader John Smith. At the time, the party's best and brightest were there to pay tribute to a giant of their movement. Today, Labour supporters return to that same church, not to dwell on the past, but to look to the future. Ian Murray, now Scotland's only Labour MP, said the party needed to look beyond the likes of Gordon Brown to a new generation.
The Scottish Labour Party can no longer turn to those big beasts. It falls to a new generation to take the Scottish Labour Party forward. I want us to look back 20 years from now in government in both the UK and in Scotland and be able to say that when the burden of responsibility passed to the next generation as it passed to others, we were up as a party for that challenge.
But Ian Murray's opponents reckon it's a challenge his party will struggle to overcome, especially when the SNP says it has replaced Labour as a champion of working people.
People like John Smith and Gordon Brown, these were commanding political figures, not because they were able and intelligent people, which they were, but because they represented a very powerful idea, an idea of social reform and of changing the world. And I think it's because Labour's moved away from those ideas that it's found itself losing support and therefore losing its personnel.
Labour's got a colossal task ahead of it. The party currently has no permanent leader north or south of the border, and with polls indicating the SNP's on course to win next year's Holyrood election, Labour knows it has to work hard to win back the trust of voters. Andrew Black, Reporting Scotland, Edinburgh.
We've been hearing about the performance of some of the big players in Scottish business today, with results from banking, energy and whisky.